You think you know smart. You think your dog's clever because they can sit for a treat or shake a paw. That isn't smart. That's basic. In part 1, we showed you the hardware, the thermal vision, the time-traveling nose, the magnetic gut. But today in part 2, we're looking at the software, the operating system. What if I told you that dogs have learned to ride the subway alone? That they can dream in complex narrative code? That they know 1,000 words and can use logic better than a human toddler? Welcome back to Happy Tales Unmasked, where you are finishing the list. Facts 26 through 50. This is the Cognitive and Cultural Edition. Let's get back into the alien mind. Quickly, before we start, if you love dogs, hit that subscribe button and join the pack. Category 1, the cognitive superpowers. We start with intelligence, not fetch intelligence. We're talking about system hacking intelligence. Fact number 26, the 1,000-word genius. Meet Chaser the Border Collie. She didn't just know sit, she learned 1,022 distinct words. But that isn't the scary part. She could use exclusionary logic. If you put 10 toys in a pile and asked for a toy she had never heard of, she would find the one object she didn't know and deduce that must be it. That is human-level inference. Fact number 27, the Subway Commuters. In Moscow, stray dogs have learned to navigate the subway system. They know the specific station announcements, they know how long to stay on the train, they even know which passengers are likely to give them food versus kick them. They aren't just surviving the city, they are commuting. Fact number 28, contagious yawning. Yawning when someone else yawns is a sign of primitive empathy. Dogs are one of the few species that catch yawns from humans. And get this, they're 4 times more likely to catch a yawn from their owner than a stranger. They're biologically tuned to your specific fatigue levels. Fact number 29, dreaming in code. Ever see your dog running in their sleep? They're dreaming, but the frequency changes by size. Small dogs dream every 10 minutes. Large dogs dream every hour. Their brainwave patterns during sleep are identical to humans. They're re-editing the memories of their day. Fact number 30, Paw Preference anxiety. You are right or left-handed. So is your dog. It's called paw lateralization. You can test this by seeing which paw they use to step over an object first. Here's the weird part. Studies show that left-pawed dogs are statistically more anxious and prone to aggression than right-pawed dogs. But don't panic. This is just an average, plenty of lefties are perfectly calm. Category 2. The wait, that's illegal laws. Humans have created some insane laws around dogs, proving that deep down we know they are in charge. Fact number 31, the mayor. In Cormorant, Minnesota, a Great Pyrenees named Duke was elected mayor. Not once, 4 times in a row. The town looked at their human options and said, "No thanks, we trust the dog." He served 4 terms with an approval rating humans can only dream of. Fact number 32, the Titanic survivors. When the Titanic went down, over 1,500 humans perished, but 3 dogs survived. 2 Pomeranians and 1 Pekingese. They were small enough to be smuggled onto lifeboats wrapped in blankets. Survival of the cutest. Fact number 33, the Beatles frequency. If you play A Day in the Life by the Beatles, watch your dog at the end. Paul McCartney recorded a high-frequency whistle into the track that only dogs can hear. He put a secret message on a platinum record just for your dog.
In fact, we put a sound on Sgt. Pepper that only dogs could hear.
And I guess it's worked, right? This has proven it.
Well, if you ever play Sgt. Pepper, watch your dog. Suddenly you go, now down boy, jokers.
Fact number 34, the legal noise. The bloodhound is the only animal whose nose is so accurate that its tracking results are admissible as evidence in a US court of law. Their nose is legally considered a witness. Fact number 35, mandatory walking. In Turin, Italy, biology is law. If you don't walk your dog at least 3 times a day, you can be fined 500 euros. The government mandates that the dog gets its steps in. Category 3, the biological oddities. We've got a few more physical glitches that didn't fit in part 1. These are the how is that possible facts. Fact number 36, the spoon tongue. Watch your dog drink. You think they scoop the water up? Wrong. They curl the tip of their tongue backward to form a cup. They toss the column of water into their mouth. Even the way they drink is upside down. Fact number 37, the third eyelid. If you catch your dog sleeping with their eyes half open, you might see a weird white film. That is the nictitating membrane, a third eyelid that sweeps across the eye to lubricate and protect it. It's a built-in windshield wiper. Fact number 38, black tongues. Almost all dogs have pink tongues, except the Chow Chow and Shar Pei. They have blue-black tongues. Science still isn't 100% sure why. It's a genetic anomaly that became a breed standard. Fact number 39, ear muscles. To pinpoint a sound, you turn your head. A dog uses 18 separate muscles just to tilt, rotate, and swivel their ears. They can move them independently to capture sound from 2 different directions at once. Fact number 40, the metabolism gap. Small dogs burn energy so fast, they often need to eat more calories per pound than giant dogs. A Chihuahua is basically a vibrating furnace that needs constant fuel. Category 4, the history you forgot. Fact number 41, the Roman tank. We think of Mastiffs as lazy. The Romans used them as war machines. They strapped spiked armor onto them and sent them into battle to attack mounted knights. They were the tanks of the ancient world. Fact number 42, the sacred cat hater. The Rhodesian Ridgeback is famous for hunting lions, but do you know why they have that ridge of hair on their back? It grows in the opposite direction of the rest of their coat. It's literally a genetic cowlick that became their trademark. Fact number 43, the one-dog policy. We know about population control for humans. In 2009, Shanghai implemented a strict one-dog policy to curb the pet population. Fact number 44, the Swiss test. Switzerland takes ownership so seriously they used to legally require you to pass a written and practical exam just to own a dog. If you failed the test, you didn't get the dog. Fact number 45, the ancient weasel. Go back 40 million years and your dog was a tree-dwelling weasel-like animal called Myasis. It looked nothing like a dog, but it had these specialized teeth that would eventually tear through a steak bone in your kitchen. Category 5, the final mind blowers. Fact number 46, Corgi legends. Welsh legend says Corgis were the battle steeds of fairies. That saddle marking on their back, that's where the fairy warriors sat. Fact number 47, Dalmatians are fake. Dalmatians are born completely white. The spots develop as they age, and get this, the spots are on their skin. If you shave a Dalmatian, it's still spotted. Fact number 48, Whiskers shed. You find fur everywhere, but sometimes you find a thick, stiff wire on the floor. That's a shed whisker. They fall out and grow back just like hair. Fact number 49, smell memory. A dog can remember a scent for years, even if they haven't smelled it in a decade. If you leave and come back 10 years later, they won't know your face, but they will know your smell. Fact number 50, the IQ score. The average dog has the intelligence of a human 2-year-old. They can count to 5, they understand 150 words, and they can deceive you to get what they want. You're living with a toddler that never grows up. And there it is, 50 facts. From magnetic pooping to subway commuting, from fairy steeds to war tanks. Your dog just isn't a pet, it's a biological marvel. A history lesson. And let's be honest, the boss of the house. If you missed part 1, go back and watch it. You need to know about the Frito feet. If you learned something new, hit that like button. Subscribe to Happy Tales Unmasked. Tell us in the comments, is your dog right-pawed or left-pawed? Go test them and tell us the results. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.